Friends, how are you doing? I really do appreciate everyone clicking on my second new Widow Baby channel and getting it up and going and watching what's happening here with it. I'm going to talk about D-Wave here, but I'm going to mention too Palantir for different reasons. I'm not going to really go into charts, things like that. But there's a similar thing going on right now that is up in the air with a lot of stocks, and D-Wave here is really catching people's attention for certain reasons. And then Palantir, obviously, I think everyone's drinking the juice on Palantir, but there's two similar things going on with these stocks that I want to compare, slice it open here, really look inside what's going on here. So friends, like I said, thank you so much for being here. Let's go right into it, and I want to talk about D-Wave real fast. So D-Wave, if you don't know, the first thing you should know is that this stock is growing incredibly fast. And one reason this stock is growing incredibly fast because one, we've got quarterlies coming up here, the first, one of the first weeks in August, not too far away at this point. Second, their last quarterly, Q1 for 2025, was insane. It was insane. It was cuckoo crazy. So with that, there's a lot of expectation, like, what are they about to do this again? Like, is this just the new revenue stream? What is going on right now with this stock? And they've been a little quiet. They've talked, but we really don't know. We don't know what they're about to unleash on us. So, and then there's the whole conversation of, well, what is the future of quantum computing? This is when a lot of the arguing starts happening with the stock community, where there's people going like, it's never going to amount to anything in the next 5 to 10 years. Then there's people going, 2, 3, 5 years from now, this is going to be the huge movement in the market. Get in now while you can, because this is going to crazy amounts of money. As an investor, I look at this and I go, okay, well, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to take risk. And I think I look over here and there's two defining moments that are taking place with D-Wave here, where I'm looking at this and I'm going, well, this could be a problem, because the problem that could be occurring here is that this stock is going to get very expensive for futures of what it could be. And with that, it's if this next quarterly that comes out and they at least hit another 15 million, maybe they beat that. Maybe they come out with like a 16, 17, I don't know. We don't know. Like, this is a whole new stream of revenue. We're going to find out. But, imagine if they come out with another quarterly like the last one. What's going to happen? This stock is going to easily keep this $20 position, and we're going to start chipping away here at, $25, $30 position. There's nothing more expensive in the market than future expectations and FOMO pushed in there. So D-Wave here could really get stupid crazy. This could be a $50 stock here before we know it. It could be a $30 stock before we know it. So I think that's why there's a lot of expectation of, what have we found something? Have we found a gold mine, like a gold creek here that hasn't been washed yet? Maybe we have. So, too, in kind of comparing, the reason why I was talking about Palantir. So obviously, Palantir is on this trajectory that is just annihilating quarterlies. Couldn't be positioned in a better situation right now with the government, where money's being spent, where the markets, where big money, little money, middle money is looking for positions in companies. Palantir's offering all that. And two, you're seeing Palantir just completely, as soon as a little bit of the dust dies down, another dust storm gets thrown up, and it's like, oh my God, what's going? But a good dust storm, one that's making crazy amounts of money here. So Palantir, for the last year and a half, 2 years, almost a year and a half, we'll say, we've really been chasing this stock, chasing it. And, this is really, this time last year, Palantir, really got rolling, and it got really expensive on us. It went from a $20, $30, $40, $50 stock, this kind of time last year. Now we're at $150 and looks like we're going to $160 here before quarterlies. So, I'm in a belief that Palantir is going to $200 here by Q4 for 2025, that it should be there. Now, with that conversation, why I'm kind of comparing, following Palantir the last 2 years of its lifespan to the known market of who's been buying it, I'm seeing little baby tidbits of similarities right now with D-Wave here, where I go, okay, this stock has really advanced in quarterlies. Sure, there's problems. There's some things. It's a newer. It's a company that really wasn't getting any attention for what it was worth, just 6-7 months ago. It just wasn't. It was like yesterday. This was a $3-4 stock, and when it went to $6, we were like, $6. That's a little crazy. But then those quarterlies came out. Okay, so now, but if D-Wave would have just came out with like quarterlies hitting $5 million, it still would be a $5 to $6 stock with expectation of what it could be in the future. But that didn't happen. It came out with quarterlies where we're like, what? Whoa, what's that? So this is why the stock is like, it keeps going. It just keeps going. There's a lot of companies right now that are just blowing the minds of investors. There's so many stock, and this is what's so fun about the market, and this is what can be very obsessive about the market too. I'm a complete nerd. I am obsessed with the stock market. And it's things like this that really get my attention because there's a lot of stocks right now. There's a lot of companies that are just blowing expectation on, in a good way. They're killing earnings right now. They're just like, we didn't think they can make that much money or that much money that fast. It just continues to happen. We are in a whole new wavelength with investing and watching companies produce money, quarterlies. AI, I truly believe, I take the Dan Ives road on this, where I go, we are 100% in this new world of investing, not only as us as individuals in the stock market, where there's more people investing than ever, but these companies are just releasing insane amounts of money because of just AI, people wanting AI, other companies wanting their AI, their tech, their software, whatever it be, security. And then investors, we're the feeding frenzy where we just go in and we just start buying up these shares because we want to be a part of it. So, like I said, what I've seen with Palantir, investors are chasing it. And then you always have that person going, well, it's overpriced. It's not going to go anymore. Valuation to market cap doesn't match what the actual stock price. Been there, done that. I've seen that comment for years now. That person, they'll catch up one day. So listen, that person's still waiting for Palantir to go back down to $50 so they can say, see, I told you. Okay. But this is kind of maybe what's shifting into D-Wave here, where it's just, it's getting a little out of control. It's getting a little out of control. So, what I'm trying to say is I'm not really breaking down a candlestick chart right now with D-Wave. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get you in the mindset of what the overall picture is right now with Qbts here, D-Wave. This may be a transforming situation right before us, where this company, I think it's going to take this one. If this next quarterly even resembles the last one, if not bigger, you're going to start to hear about this company a lot more. You're going to see YouTubers talk about it, big channels talk about it. I'm just a little bitty channel, so it's going to get more expensive because people are going to be like, I got to be a part of this, and then the whole conversation starts up with, well, quantum computing. It's the future. Its time has not come yet. That's a whole nother piece of the puzzle here. Sometimes in the market, you just have to, push into things based on what if. I think if you know me, I'm a firm believer of, obviously fundamentally when I put money in a stock, the first things I go to look at is, what's their money like? What's their revenue? Are they meeting quarterlies? Are they beating quarterlies? How much money do they have on hand? What's the debt? Deals lately, what's going on? What's the drama with the market, with the stock? And two, I've done that research into D-Wave here, and the one thing that I'm seeing that outweighs most of the negative with it is that it's getting very expensive. It's got a lot of hype attached to it, and it's the expectation of what could keep coming here. So when we see this Q2 come out here, it's going to be very, very interesting to watch what unfolds here. Listen, mark my words right now. If this stock comes out with another quarterly the way it just did, this is going to $25 to $30 at least by the end of the year. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. There are plenty of stocks out there that are making $10, $15, $20 million quarterlies that are sitting around $20, $30 right now that aren't even hitting every quarterly. They're just making that. So that's another thing that does it. There's all kinds of issues you can find with stocks in the market. But D-Wave here, they're making a lot of money. Okay, listen. This could be, if this company keeps producing this kind of revenue, this could be what kind of sets off this chain reaction into quantum computing stocks. Because if they come out with another banging quarterly, people are going to go, quantum computing with that side. Yeah, I gotta be a part of that. I gotta go. I don't know what it is. I can't even explain what quantum computing is, but I gotta be a part of it. I think that's what you're watching here. So it's interesting. I am very, very attracted to what's going on over here in this world with it. So, friends, that's my little bitty rant right now on D-Wave here, and kind of trying to mix it up there with Palantir. And obviously, I'm not comparing them as a company with what they do, bread and butter. What I'm saying is the aromas they set off, the similarities, the same kind of paths you're seeing right now with them, where a lot of hype, a lot of people chasing it. It's a lot of things follow the same pattern in the market. They really do. A lot of things are creatures of habit. Friends, I wish you all the best luck in the world with this market, and I will be back talking to you very soon. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.